Hi, my name is Cindy, and if you've been here before, I'm so glad you came back. If you're new, welcome to Z9 Designs. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, save, and comment. It really helps my channel to grow. So let's check out my imagination. We had 3 objects that we had to make something from, and the challenge gets tougher and tougher every month. And so the 3 objects that we had this month were a bath mat, a book, and some dowel rods. So I was up to the challenge. So let's see what I made from these objects. Keep watching. I don't want you to miss it. DIY number 1, kitchen mat. And the supplies needed include a kitchen mat, hot glue, thumbtacks, a picture frame, and ribbon, 3 different colors or kinds. I have been thinking about this mat for a while, and since it looked like a grid, ribbon was a winner. And I traced a pumpkin around the mat, and I used a black marker, which I probably should not have, but that's okay. And then I took the orange ribbon and began weaving with the grid. And I just left a little extra ribbon on the side so I could tuck it around the back side. And this was done until I reached the top. Then I took some gingham ribbon, and this was from Dollar Tree, and I just kind of ruffled it with hot glue around the sides until I reached the top. Then I took some burlap ribbon, this is also from Dollar Tree, and I cut enough from side to side so it looked like a brown stem. Next, I used all 3 different types of ribbon, so that was the orange, the gingham, and the burlap ribbon. I just alternated them and tied it with jute, and so it just was kind of like a messy bow. And I glued that to the top of the pumpkin. I had this picture frame that I was going to use in a previous DIY, and I thought, this would be good because, the mat is a little flimsy. And so I had some thumbtacks, and I just pressed those into the picture frame on the top and the bottom so it would adhere. And I think it looks pretty good. I had another idea, but I didn't have time to execute that, so I will have to wait until a later time to do that for you. The host is Kathy Jo DIY and Rustic and Lace DIY, and the guest host is the Painted Peach. These women are excellent crafters, so show them some love and check out their channels. The link to the host and the guest host is in the description box below. Be sure to subscribe, like, save, and comment. And there are other collaborators who have worked very hard on their creations, so please give them a thumbs up. And the link to the playlist is listed below. Now on to my DIY number 2, dowel rod art. So this is where we had to make something out of dowel rods. So I needed to do something a little bit different. So the supplies needed include reptile adhesive, dowel rods, 2 18-inch, so I had a 36-inch that I just cut in half, and 8 12-inch rods. Fabric from Joann's, and this is 10 different fabrics, and I only needed 1/8 yard each. Hammer and some nails, hot glue, a hook, a wood board 7.5 by 3 inches, and that is it. Dowel rods are so versatile and so many things can be made from them. In fact, today I'm going to make an unique art piece. I purchased a dowel rod that was 36 inches in length from Walmart, and I cut it in half. 2 rods are needed to be 18 inches and the rest of them can be 12 inches because you'll find out a little bit later. The fabric was also purchased from Joann Fabrics, and I perused the sale aisle and found some really good pieces. Also, because I only needed 1/8 of a yard, it was cost effective, and I have some left over in case I want to make another one or in case I want to add on to this one. Each fabric was cut to fit around the dowel, and reptile adhesive was used to adhere it to the wood. Now, I will have to tell you, I've tried all different kinds of adhesive, but reptile adhesive for me is the best for many DIYs, and this is no exception. Now, the interesting thing about this, there is no paint involved in this project. Each dowel has a different print of fabric, and I just cut and glued it to each individual dowel. Once all of the fabric was adhered to the rods, now it was time to stagger them and just kind of put them side by side to see how they look. Now, there was no rhyme or reason to placing the dowel, but certain prints may or may not look good together. So that's what I did my judging by. You must put them in a manner that is pleasing to your eye. So after I arranged them, I turned them over and placed a wooden board that was 7.5 inches by 3 inches, and I just hammered some small nails to adhere to the rods. In addition, I took a hook and I also nailed it to the back side of the wood and I hung it on the wall. This is my favorite, and this can be done in various ways and colors and configurations also. So if you try this, tag me so that I can see what you make. On to DIY number 3, a book purse. We were supposed to make something out of a book. I've got a lot of ideas, but I'm doing this particular one for this imagination. The supplies needed include a book, scrap fabric, zipper, chipboard, hot glue, rub-on transfer, a thrifted purse handle, reptile adhesive, and a sewing machine. Now, there are book purses that are all different. I've looked at some all over on Pinterest and other sites, but this one, I wanted it to be different. I didn't see any that was like this. So I purchased a book from the Dollar Tree and just removed the pages so that all I had now was the shell. However, for those of you who have a hard time with books being destroyed, I kept the pages because I'm going to read the book and I will probably make something out of that. So I'm not destroying the book. Now, I just had a shell of a cover after I removed the insides. I covered the book shell with some leftover fabric that I purchased from Joann Fabrics last year, so I didn't have to go out and buy anything. I used reptile adhesive to fix it to the inside cover. Also, I cut a strip of chipboard and I covered it with the fabric that was on the outside of the book and placed it in the bottom of the book for reinforcement. I wanted the inside to be colorful, so I sewed a pocket on the inside lining so you can put your cell phone and other little, maybe some keys or different things in there. And because I wanted the purse to close, I purchased a zipper that had, I would say, 2 zips that would close in the middle or in the end. So there was one on the left side, one on the right side, and you could close each one that ended up in the middle. I sewed a strip of fabric that was approximately 2 inches on both sides of the zipper first. And then I hot glued the fabric that holds that zipper around the book from side to side. And you have to make sure that you can zip it closed, because if you got any glue on it, then you're going to have a rough time. You'd have to get that off first. But I didn't get any glue on my zipper. And so if you can zip it, now you have a fabulous book purse. But wait, how are you going to carry it? Well, you can carry it like a clutch purse. That's good. Or you can hook a thrifted metal handle on it, which I did. I found a thrifted metal handle. It had like 3 round circles. It was metal. And you put your hand in there and it purse holds on your wrist. And so I just hooked that to one of the zips. And you can carry it in 3 different ways. You can carry it in the middle, on the end, or as a clutch. I like that book style. If you have liked what you've seen, please subscribe, like, save, and comment. Crafting is satisfying. In fact, it's probably what you would say mental therapy. But it is also challenging. So encouraging words are always appreciated. Also, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Facebook. And thanks for watching each and every week. I appreciate your comments immensely. And remember, focus on the journey, not the destination. Joy is found not in finishing an activity, but in doing it. This is by Greg Anderson. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.